Welcome back to Dinar Community Channel. What if one decision, made in the 48 hours after the Iraqi Dinar revaluation, could determine whether you build generational wealth or lose everything you've waited years for? The RV isn't the finish line, it's the starting gun. And your exit strategy will either launch your future, or destroy it. As the global financial community continues to buzz with speculation, signals, and intermittent confirmations of the Iraqi Dinar IQD revaluation, one question looms large for every investor holding dinar: what happens next? The dream of a substantial increase in the value of the Iraqi dinar has united a community of global investors. But when that moment finally arrives, the post-RV reality, it will separate those who planned meticulously from those who got caught off guard. What you do after the RV is just as critical, if not more so, than the decision to buy dinar in the first place. Let's be clear. A successful IQD exit strategy isn't just about cashing out your holdings at the right time. It's about protecting your newfound wealth, minimizing taxes, avoiding scams, and establishing a life plan that supports long-term prosperity. Below, we explore 3 major post-RV strategies, each of which carries the potential to either amplify your success or unravel everything you've worked toward. These 3 options represent the critical paths most dinar holders are considering, and the pros, cons, and complexities of each should be understood fully before any decisions are made. 1. The immediate exit plan: cash out and walk away. This strategy is perhaps the most tempting, and the most dangerous. It involves going to the bank or exchange center shortly after the RV announcement, converting your dinar into US dollars or another local currency, and immediately receiving a large sum of cash. No waiting, no delays, no complex financial structures. This strategy appeals to those who want simplicity or have urgent financial needs, paying off debt, helping family, starting a business, or simply finally enjoying life after years of waiting. However, it also comes with significant risks. The pros: immediate liquidity, access to your funds without complex legal entities or financial red tape. Psychological closure, the satisfaction of finishing the journey and finally seeing your investment mature. Quick relief, great for people facing pressing financial hardships or needing immediate stability. The cons: high taxes. Without proper tax planning, you may find yourself paying a large chunk in capital gains or income taxes, depending on your jurisdiction. Security risks, large cash movements attract attention, and without proper protection, you may become a target for fraud, theft, or worse. Wealth evaporation. Statistics show that sudden wealth often doesn't last. Without discipline and structure, many people burn through their gains within just a few years. Strategic considerations. If you are leaning toward an immediate cash-out strategy, consider preemptively finding a financial advisor and a tax attorney who understand foreign currency revaluation. You must also confirm the legitimacy of your redemption center, double-check exchange rates, and prepare for large deposit limits. It's also wise to open new, secure bank accounts not tied to your previous financial profile. 2. The structured payout plan, contract rates, trusts, and long-term wealth protection. While some plan to exchange their IQD at public rates, a growing number of investors are exploring the concept of contract rates, privately negotiated exchange terms, often offered through redemption appointments at Tier 1 banks, exchange centers, or under a non-disclosure agreement (NDA). These rates could be significantly higher than public rates but often come with conditions, timed disbursements, limitations on media sharing, or even restrictions on how and where you use your funds. To implement this strategy effectively, many people establish legal trusts, foundations, or offshore accounts in jurisdictions with favorable financial and tax laws. This plan involves working with wealth managers, attorneys, and tax professionals to build a structure that not only receives your funds but manages, grows, and protects them for years or even generations. The pros: tax optimization. With legal structures, you may reduce your tax liabilities and avoid unnecessary penalties. Asset protection. Trusts and limited liability entities shield your assets from lawsuits, creditors, and even divorce proceedings. Long-term sustainability. Scheduled payouts prevent impulsive spending and support generational wealth transfer. The cons: complexity. Building and managing these structures require serious time, money, and expertise. NDA constraints. If contract rates involve NDAs, you'll need to be extremely careful not to breach terms, which could forfeit your rates or funds. Limited flexibility. Structured payouts might restrict your access to funds when you need them urgently. Strategic considerations. Begin assembling a team now. Seek out professionals who understand post-RV planning. Do not rely on rumors, ask for credentials, and vet every advisor carefully. Consider creating a family trust that holds the IQD until the RV, and ensure your beneficiaries are clearly defined. If you choose to accept a contract rate, understand the trade-offs. You're accepting restrictions in exchange for higher returns. Make sure the trade is worth it. 3. The hybrid approach. Gradual exchange, diversification, and global mobility. This strategy is for those who want to strike a balance, accessing part of their wealth quickly, while also building longer-term systems for protection and legacy. Rather than exchanging all your dinar in one move, you divide it across several tranches. For example, you might redeem 25% at public rates, use the funds to eliminate debt or purchase a home, then schedule appointments for the remaining dinar over the next 6 to 12 months, potentially at better negotiated rates or with more clarity on tax regulations. A key part of the hybrid approach is diversification. You don't just park all your new wealth in a checking account. You distribute it across real estate, precious metals, stable foreign currencies, dividend-paying stocks, and income-generating assets. You also establish a global footprint, perhaps acquiring a second citizenship, residency in a tax-neutral country, or offshore accounts. The pros. Flexibility. You maintain access to funds while buying time to learn and plan smarter. Lower risk. Spreading your assets and exchanges over time helps reduce exposure to sudden market shifts, tax rule changes, or scams. Global leverage. Operating across jurisdictions offers opportunities for legal tax reduction, increased privacy, and financial resilience. The cons. Coordination. Managing multiple exchanges and global assets requires detailed oversight. Bank scrutiny. Multiple large transactions may trigger regulatory red flags. You must stay compliant with anti-money laundering laws. Delay in full access. Gradual exchange means waiting to enjoy the full scope of your gains. Strategic considerations. A hybrid strategy begins before the RV. You should already have a roadmap that outlines how much you plan to exchange first, what expenses to cover immediately, and what portions will be delayed or placed into structured holdings. Diversification is the cornerstone of this model. Don't let excitement push you into over-concentrated investments or speculative ventures. Open international bank accounts with reputable institutions ahead of time, especially in countries with robust investor protection laws. Consider dual citizenship or second residency through investment, especially if you anticipate using offshore jurisdictions for wealth planning. Build a digital document vault, keep meticulous records of every exchange, and stay ahead of regulatory changes in your country. Common pitfalls that can derail any strategy. No matter which of the three plans you adopt, immediate cash out, structured protection, or hybrid diversification, there are some universal dangers that can sabotage your success. Being aware of them now gives you the advantage. 1. Scams and predators. The moment RV occurs, expect a wave of fake advisors, fraudulent investment offers, and limited time opportunities. If someone promises 20% monthly returns, run. Stick with professionals who are registered, verifiable, and have a strong record. 2. Lifestyle inflation. Sudden wealth can quickly inflate your expenses. A new house leads to a new car, which leads to elite vacations, and before long, you're back at square one. Avoid the trap of impressing others at the cost of your future. 3. Family pressure. Many investors are unprepared for the emotional pressure of family and friends requesting help, loans, or gifts. Create boundaries and financial policies before the pressure hits. 4. Tax surprises. In many countries, the government will treat IQD revaluation gains as capital gains or income. Without professional help, you might face audits or even prosecution. Get your house in order, and don't hide transactions. 5. Lack of education. The RV is not the end of the road, it's the beginning of a complex financial journey. Continue learning. Take courses. Read books. Join vetted, professional networks. Don't stop growing. The psychological shift. From hope to strategy. Up until the revaluation, most dinar holders have been living in expectation mode, tracking news, watching rates, listening to intel. But after the RV, the mode must change from expectation to execution. That shift is not just financial, it's mental, emotional, and spiritual. This is a moment of high leverage. Every choice you make in the days and weeks after the RV will echo for decades. It will shape your family legacy, your community impact, and your personal freedom. That's why your strategy must be more than a checklist, it must reflect who you are and who you're becoming. This is your opportunity to transition from a speculative investor to a sovereign steward of wealth. That begins now, with clarity, planning, and intentionality. The final word: preparation creates power. The Iraqi Dinar RV, once it becomes fully public and globally accepted, will be a generational moment for those who prepared wisely. But the RV itself will not make you rich, your strategy will. Some will cash out fast and walk into a brief but unsustainable lifestyle. Others will vanish into complexity, lose focus, and become paralyzed by over-planning. But a few, a strategic, focused, well-prepared few, will thrive. They'll take their gains, structure them intelligently, protect them legally, and use them to build a life of lasting impact. So what's your plan? Are you preparing for this moment with clarity, or drifting toward it with blind hope? Are you surrounding yourself with wise counsel, or flying solo? Are you just chasing a dream, or building a legacy? The revaluation of the Iraqi dinar may be the spark, but your plan is the flame. Nurture it wisely. Your future depends on it. Like and subscribe for more videos.